It's Week 7 of the National Football League, and we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one, and it's all up next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. Now a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, Greene. He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
2nd and 9 now. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards. But that last throw, Charles, is going to move him past 32,942 yards passing for his career, and that surpasses the total of the Hall of Famer and a colleague of both of ours, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, played from 1989 to 2000, and Troy Aikman, he was about winning, because remember, he had Michael Irvin to throw it to. We had Emmitt Smith to hand it to. Just imagine if he was throwing it the way they throw it around nowadays. His numbers, boy, would they be sky high.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down. When you look at this defense, this unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early, chip away their timing.
12 yards there and a first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Throwing, Jones. Now they go screen, it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play. Now Jones. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones got a man and he hits him in stride. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll try to run this one in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Jones. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a big call there on their opening drive. They go for it on 4th and goal. It pays off.
And I think, Brandon, they were feeling like they needed to match that touchdown on the other end. They didn't want to give them an advantage by kicking a field goal and being down here at the outset.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. In motion, the tight end. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Off play action, Greene. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. When you look at this defense, they come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a give, right side. Swain, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Looking to throw. Greene, and Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
But they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. These two teams all tied after 1. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and a yard. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now second and 8 at the 32-yard line. And right side, they're going to go option here. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Greene throwing to start the drive. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Arnold. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw. Greene. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 2.
At the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw. Greene. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Up the middle they go. Swain. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Right back to him on first down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Swain. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw. Greene.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Greene. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. We take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns out of the backfield. His numbers are superior to the rest of his peers at this point in the season.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Wide open receiver complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. From the 40 now on second down. Jones, it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. And that'll keep this a 1-point game. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week second in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Sutton. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Second down and 3. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Back to throw. Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. From the 46, here's second and a couple. Operating from the gun. Jones. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun. Jones. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Looking to throw. Jones. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Jones from the gun on third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Operating from the gun. Jones. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Throwing again on second and 10. Jones. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, Bishop. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they take the lead here by 2, 12-10.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Greene. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Swain. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Greene. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. The tight end in motion right. From the gun on third down. Greene. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They go play action here on first down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Omaha's offense back out for another series. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
From the 38, Jones. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 33 yards that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Looking to throw. Jones. And it's caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Extra point splits the uprights,
And that makes this a 9-point game. So that drive, 4 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 2.
At the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake. Greene. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The 13 yards that time at a first. Back to throw. Greene. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. Second and 4. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Beck. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Greene. Hits Arnold on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Greene. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Back to throw. Greene out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. Jones now throwing to start the drive. And this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw again on second down. Jones over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Down to about the 45. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 75 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Throwing to start the drive. Greene. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down.
At the 36-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Greene. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Open man, and again it's Sutton. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Back to throw. Greene.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Greene. He finds his man. Complete. That's Arnold. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Looking to throw. Greene. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch. An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4.
Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here now, 3rd down.
Back to throw. Greene. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Looking to throw. Greene. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Omaha, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another road date next week.
Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.